Oh, God is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So just went to church and just to keep it solid, like I don't understand these black pastors. It was a great sermon. Youth led, youth choir. I remember those days. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But, men have to make it about him or herself, him or herself. It was a him. It was a guy. But I'm just saying that to say, beautiful, beautiful service, environment. The youth were beautiful. They even gave out recognized kids. And two people in particular were young women. And I'm saying this for a point. This guy did this whole service and I thought it was beautiful. But he had to bring in his politics. He had to bring in his politics. I thought I was hearing things. I'm like, dang, did he say Elon? Okay, maybe I'm hearing things. He didn't say Elon. The next thing I know, he was talking about the crazy man in the White House. I'm like, wow. This guy has really taken this sermon and really threw it under the bus, notwithstanding some of the word that tell you not to be offensive to those that might believe in that. So it could have been a person in the house or two that actually supports the crazy man, because the crazy man supports the young lady who you recognized earlier. Let me make my point. There was a young lady. When I say young, I'm talking about elementary kids. Maybe middle school for one of the guys, but definitely two. One of the girls was elementary. One girl was elementary and one was probably middle school. Recognizing her for her sports, recognizing her for her grades. First place in track and field. Now we know track and field is a sport that can be overtaken by boys, and boys can participate and beat young girls. I don't understand why these black leaders and black politicians are actually the ones throwing people who are standing up for our little girls and for our young men. And because they don't like the guy who's behind it, they would rather say the young woman he recognized this morning, he doesn't want her to have a fair chance. Isn't that ironic? Listen to the hypocrisy behind it. He's celebrating her grades and he's celebrating her sports accomplishments. But he doesn't like the man who's fighting for her to continue having that chance in her sports accomplishments. Fighting for her to continue to at least fight and get a scholarship. He doesn't like that. So he wants her to not have a chance in what she's trying to accomplish. He'd rather support, let me just put it plain and simple. Obviously, he doesn't know that some of the things that the crazy man is doing is protecting her. The last thing for a pastor, you should understand that older people, you and me, we don't matter. But God tells us specifically something about protecting the children, does he not? Last time I checked, that little girl you recognized this morning, sir, is a child. That little girl's chances, her rights, her opportunities, all of that is being impeded upon. And the man that you called crazy this morning is the one that's trying to say, hey, you might not like a lot of what I'm doing, but I am trying to fight for her, for the two little girls this morning to have a fair chance. And for that young man to continue to have a fair chance. Psychologically, we need our young men to continue having good, solid chances in life and school and environments around them. Definitely not having the wrong type of educators around our young men who may seem at risk, may seem slow, not slow, but special needs. These are definitely not the ones we need to have the school system being able to wrap their arms around them and tell them they could be a girl or a boy at any given time. And tell them as men, they should look to compete against girls because they would have a better chance. Come on, Pastor. And I thought he killed this whole sermon. I thought for anybody, unless you was just somebody who actually gets off on the ridicule of Trump and on the, or if that's what makes you excited, then people probably like that. But anybody who goes to church to hear the word and the word only, to talk about blessings and grace and love and building up of strength, And to hear all of that, just to hear the criticism, it's not because he decided to criticize. The criticism is how hypocritical is it? How hypocritical is it that you're going to recognize a young lady, a young girl, for her accomplishments, her athletic accomplishments. Athletic accomplishments when you're 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, they turn into dreams of wanting to maybe accomplish some of these things on a scholarship level, on a professional level. And you, my dear pastor, sir, you're actually supporting those that would have taken those scholarships away. So you support that, but you don't like, and you actually don't like it to the point where you'll bring him up in your sermon, but he's actually protecting those people you're recognizing, the children. The Bible speaks specifically on the children. And we should not forget that. We should not forget that. And I don't know how no pastor, particularly these black ones that's doing it all the time, come out and support that evil. How much did he speak about Joe Biden and the former administration telling all of our kids that they could change their gender at any time? Basically confirming to them. He's basically supporting those that say God made a mistake. Pastor, what is wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you, pastor? He is supporting those that say God made a mistake, and those that and that man that doesn't say that, he calls that man crazy. That's what he's supporting. And I want everybody out there to understand that's what they are supporting as well. God don't make mistakes. Okay? We make mistakes. God don't make mistakes. We make mistakes. We make mistakes on our mates, our loved ones, food to eat. Did it give you gas or did it not? Is it too much sugar? You like the cake? Do your teeth need it? All of that. We make mistakes. God don't make mistakes. So when pastors stand up and support that type of message, that's not the church I want to be a part of. I ever want to be in again. But I loved what I saw today. And I love to see the young girls be recognized. But it was just ironic. And a lot of people couldn't get that. Those little girls don't understand that, yes, I appreciate the recognition. But they don't understand by him turning around saying what he said and doing all of that, that recognition and some of her sports scholarships or opportunities or awards can be in danger or at risk due to that same pastor actually supporting the narrative that the Democrats and the whole administration, all of the leadership wants to push, and all in the name of hating one man. He didn't even say nothing about the administration. He said the crazy man. And I think absolutely he sounded crazy when you actually call yourself supporting the young girls in athletics scholarships, and then you turn around and say I also support some of this stuff that this man is fighting against. I also support men in women's sports. I also support, men mistakenly being caught up in the wrong body. That is what this pastor supported this morning by calling the opposite person crazy. But how much did he say against Joe Biden? Don't sound like nothing. And these are the people that said God made a mistake. I just want to confirm that one more time. God don't make mistakes. God don't make mistakes, and we can't sit up on the people who want us to believe that, because those same people turn around and tell you when everything else is all bad that God is good. God is good. God is good all the time, but he made a mistake when it came to gender. But he made a mistake if you're a Democrat and you got a son that you want to turn into a girl. But he made a mistake if your son is inferior, so he wants to act like a girl and play in women's sports and take young girl scholarships. This is what this pastor is supporting over, you don't have to support the other. You just have to say that's better than what the Democrats are doing. But I'll support all of that as long as they are hands off on our children. In other words, I'll support what the Republicans are doing as long as they are saying hands off the kids. I don't care what else they say after that. They can come out and say, I don't like you as a black man. If they say Hands off the children. If they say your daughter is your daughter, your son is your son, we cannot change gender. There are only two. Girls need to remain in girl sports and boys need to remain in boy sports. Well, I'm a grown man. Anything after that, I'm a grown man. I'm a tough boy. We can handle anything. We can live out here. We can get along. We ain't so wussied out that we're going to sell our whole souls and the future of our kids' opportunities just because, oh, man, I'm missing out on some funds here and there. I missed out on this here and there, so I'd rather vote for my daughter to not have no opportunities, to have to risk her privacy in the bathroom to a man. That way I might get a bigger welfare check. Nah, what's wrong with you dudes? Slap yourself, wake up, wake up, wake up, get some balls, be tough, be blessed, and use that strength that God gave you for something more than just crime. Peace.